The evil sanatorium forcibly infuses eels into the human body to suck the essence of their lives. To achieve the goal of everlasting youth. Treat center. Later Lockhart also relied on the patient's unique identity to find Pembroke, and successfully persuaded him to come back to the company. When Pembroke returned to the room to pack his things, Lockhart went to the courtyard where the elderly would gather in their spare time to take a walk. There was a woman on the field speaking to Lockhart. Actually, the original owner of this castle was a baron, if just a simple inbreeding. Then perhaps it did not make people so angry. It was the people who discovered he arrested people as a test subject, conduct some kind of paranormal research. It made them so angry that the Baron was burned to death, although Lockhart said, "Really, is that so? Wow." But he still did not care about this. After hearing a ton of news from the elder, suddenly on top of the castle a quiet voice was heard. Lockhart followed the singing, reaching the top of the castle, and saw Hannah by the water tank. Treatment centers has mostly elderly patients, but this girl seemed only in her 20s, like not getting on with this place. While talking, Lockhart spoke to Hannah. "I'm going to take Pembroke down the mountain, leave this place." But Hannah spoke calmly to Lockhart. "Everyone who has entered this center has never left here." At the appointed time, Lockhart returned to find Pembroke to leave together, but discovered that Pembroke was no longer in the hospital room. Only a few nurses were left cleaning up. So Lockhart went to find the director and asked where Pembroke went. But the director was eating and calmly spoke to Lockhart. Pembroke's illness suddenly worsened. He needed to move to another place for immediate treatment. Lockhart heard it, very frustrating. Obviously he asked for his permission to leave the hospital. He was also about to be taken away, yet became seriously ill at this pivotal moment. Lockhart believes the center wants more money. When he was going to have a clear debate with the hospital, suddenly his head was dizzy, his eyes were blurred and his nose was bloody. Lockhart clutched the tablecloth tight. Lion the indubitable to bear a hand fainted. When he woke up he was already on the hospital bed. The director said that Lockhart's health condition is very bad. The two of you stop going, stay for good treatment first. While the director was talking to Lockhart, Lockhart was surprised to discover a photo of Hannah on the director's desk. The director told Lockhart Hannah was weak from a young age. He found this little girl pitiful, so he has seen her as a daughter. But Lockhart doubted the director's words. He found Pembroke's file, intending to bring it down the mountain for the doctor to see, but he was not familiar with this place, so he took the toy that he had hidden for so long and traded it. He hoped Hannah can lead him down the mountain to find a doctor, even though Hannah was never out of the center, but because of the toy's lure and curiosity about the world at the foot of the mountain, Shay agreed. The two traveled by bike down to a town at the foot of the mountain. Lockhart left Hannah in a pub, and he went to find a doctor in town. The doctor told Lockhart that Pembroke's disease was caused by dehydration that caused tooth loss. Lockhart heard that amazed. The treatment center is mainly water supply. Normally conduct hydrotherapy, drink plenty of water. With this situation the patient becomes dehydrated. Lockhart became increasingly suspicious of the treatment center. He left the clinic, returned to find Hannah, but the beautiful young Hannah is now being noticed by the thug in the pub. Lockhart rushed to protect Hannah and attacked the delinquent, but unfortunately the talented Wall Street man can't win the thugs who fight every day. Soon Lockhart was knocked down. Fortunately director promptly showed up, bringing the two of them back to the center. As for Lockhart sneaking Hannah down the mountain with his series of shady behavior, the director intended to teach Lockhart a lesson. He called some doctors, using an electric drill to have drill holes in Lockhart's teeth. Lockhart risked his life to escape, take the car down to the police station at the foot of the mountain to report, but unfortunately the director bribed the police a long time ago. The police even went to the side of the director. Lockhart was taken back to the center. The escape failed. Either way the director can find him. A normal person may become mad, but Lockhart did not believe in evil spirits. He wants to find Pembroke to bring him to escape. Truly excellent staff. Now he still thinks about the mission, so respectful. To find Pembroke, Lockhart decided to temporarily ambush in the center, just practice with the uncles, and look for the whereabouts of Pembroke. That evening Lockhart discovered a mysterious place in the center. Someone pushed a body, which turned into a dried mummy, into the lake to feed the eels. Lockhart was scared to death, discovered by the staff. The two had a fight. In the end, then Lockhart accidentally killed the opponent, and he also completely collapsed. He ran to the treatment center canteen, screamed, wanting to make all the horrible truths of this center public. But the patients here have all been severely brainwashed. No one believed Lockhart's words. Gradually everyone stood up. One by one they came around, knocking Lockhart down. When he regained consciousness, Lockhart was locked in an iron bath by the director. A breathing tube is attached to the mouth. The snorkel was connected to a bottle of eel-filled cloudy liquid. Besides Lockhart are people who are suffering the same situation as him, but the difference is that only Lockhart is awake. At this point the treatment center's plot has gradually cleared up. The director is the Baron of the legend, and Hannah is his daughter. He's still doing eel research. He found that normal eels have a very short lifespan, but the eels living in caves on top of the mountain can live 10 times longer than normal eels. So he caught those eels and knew that, do not force people to do experiments anymore, but build a treatment center for victims to voluntarily find. This way achieved great success. Not only was he undetected, but also attracted a lot of volunteers to attend. Then he infused the eel into Lockhart's body, then distilled the liquid. This liquid is the medicine of immortality. Absorbs the essence from life without causing side effects. The Baron lost his mind after obtaining the medicine of immortality, but still let his daughter use it. Then he will continue to marry his daughter, giving birth, then continue to marry the latter daughter, maintain the race, maintain pure bloodline. Pure blood. Pure which blood? Hannah reached out to Lockhart and asked him about leaving. Lockhart, after having his essence taken away, then like other patients do not want to leave this place anymore. The Baron saw that Hannah was menstruating, able to conceive, immediately held a solemn wedding ceremony in the center, with the presence of doctors and patients. After the wedding ceremony, he tied his daughter to the bed. While he was planning to breed, Lockhart awoke, ran over, and burnt the Baron. But after the Baron put out the fire on his body, he immediately rushed to fight with Lockhart. Lockhart could not win the Baron, being dragged to the side of the lake. He was almost thrown into the lake by the Baron as food for the eels. Hannah got herself free from her ropes. Killed her father with a knife. The Baron fell into the lake, becoming food for the eels he raised. Then the treatment center caught fire. Lockhart and Hannah rode a bicycle down the mountain together. On the way, they met the company's board of directors, finding Lockhart. But he didn't want to involve with these guys anymore. He took Hannah down the mountain. At the end of the film is a scene of Hannah hugging Lockhart tightly. But Lockhart seemed to have thought about something. Gradually showed a devilish smile. The movie ends. The advancement of science is always bound by ethics and various rules. It is because of these rules science can develop in a direction that benefits mankind. If that limit is exceeded, science will bring immense suffering and catastrophe to mankind. I am Mr. Reporter. If you like, don't forget to click like, follow and share. See you next time.